Hey.
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 Hey, y'all.
How are ya? What's up? We're two chicks.
Not a good mood setter.
Hey.
I'm so happy to be
I
here.
know. So I am happy to be here. It's Saturday. We're doing the deadliest podcast of all time. According to me. Oh, fuck. Just watch us.
Struggle. Yeah. How are ya? Should we listen? I should have asked you before we started, but should we have a moment of silence for our fallen friend?
Oh. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys follow us on Instagram, but Megan lost her other best friend this week. So, rest in peace, Franklin. You were such a good boy.
The best doggo.
The best doggo in the whole world. I'm sorry. I should. It felt like we owed it to say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I lost my doggo this week, so that really sucked. It's really sad. Yeah. It's like hard every time I go outside. It's like just waiting for my dog to come. Every time I go downstairs in the morning, you're expected to see my dog. Get out of bed. Not there. But the weirdest thing is like I keep like hearing him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Yeah. Which is like the hardest part. And like hardest and like uncomfortable. Yeah, it is fucking weird.
yeah.
So, and then yesterday when I got home, my house smelled like my grandma's house, which is really weird as well. So,
What does your grandma's house smell like?
I don't know how to, it's hard to explain people's like house smells.
Yeah, like your house, for example. Your house always just smells like your house. It's not a bad smell. It's kind of a good smell to me because like it's just like that's Megan. But like
Familiarity.
yeah, but like I don't know what the smell is. Yeah.
Yeah, like, I don't know, my grandma's house just smelled like grandma's house. Like, I don't know, like, it wasn't, like, it just smelled like like her style of cooking, maybe. I don't know. I got home and Laith was doing the dishes, and I just, as soon as I got upstairs, I was like, oh, it smells like my grandma in here. And I'm just taking that as a sign that grandma just let me know that she's here for me, and she's got my back.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's kind of been present lately in my life again, so like in dreams and stuff, so it's probably just giving me a reminder that's gonna be okay and she's here.
I've been having crazy dreams lately, and I don't usually dream, but I've been having weird dreams lately, and they're all about the same person, and it's weird. It's very weird.
Like a person that I know?
Oh yeah, I don't want to say who it is, but
Oh.
yeah. But
Why would you do this to me?
I know, but like I don't know, it's just weird. It's very weird. I don't like it because then because my dreams feel real. Like my dreams always feel so real, and then when I see that person, I feel like, remember what we did last night? You know what I mean? like I had this one dream where we were coaching baseball. I know. And then the next dream, it was like we were at this like dam and there was water filling up and we had to bail all this water out.
Oh, wow.
And then the other, like I remember like pieces of them, but I don't really remember what like the main goals of our adventure is. And then the other one, we were in a war and we couldn't find a gun. Like I've just had dream after dream after dream, and it's so weird.
It's weird because like none of those like really have like you're very like anti-gun. I mean, you used to play a little bit of softball, but you haven't in years. It's just like weird that you're like dreaming about all these like random ass things that like aren't really relevant to your life right now.
Like I've never even been to a dam. So, but like in the dream, we were at this like huge dam, you know, and then we were in this like little circle off the dam that was filling with water, and and like we had to live there, so we just had to keep bailing the water out. It was so fucking weird. And yeah, the gun one was weird too, because like I'm becoming more and more pro gun though. I've been thinking about wanting to get my license, just because the world seems crazy and.
Well, I can help you.
Yeah, you should. Could you? I'm terrified of them though.
Yeah, but I should like just take you out with my 17 and just teach you about them, teach you about gun safety, and then let you shoot it, do some target shooting, and then you can decide if you're comfortable with it or not and want to pursue getting your...
Yeah. Because I shot a lot of guns when I was in Air Cadets. We like went to this camp for the weekend and we got to shoot like, target practice and shit like that. But honestly, I just felt scared even just doing it. But I forced myself to do it because of who I was around and I was trying to be cool, right? But now it's like, no, I want to do it for myself, but am I actually able to? So yeah, we should try that because I don't know.
Yeah, it is it's freaking scary out there, and it's scary because there's just like so much misinformation from both sides. So anybody that's been following us knows what side we fall on. So I wouldn't consider myself like an extremist or anything. And I don't think.
No, I mean, I joke about being an extremist, but truly I'm just a girl who shares memes, so...
Yeah, like I think... like I'm trying to stay like as neutral as I can in it and not, and just letting people make their own decisions. If they want to talk about it, cool. Yeah, that's like cool if you want to talk about it, but I'm just like not really shoving it down anybody's throats or anything.
Nor should anyone be, really.
Nor should anyone be. It's all our own decisions. And, when you share misinformation, like you're like, we talk about the other side fear mongering, but when you're spreading misinformation to fit your narrative, that's not cool either. And you're not noble. You're not any better than the other side when you do that, in my opinion. Like, I know those are your beliefs, but like, for God's sake, people, like, look into things a little bit further than just taking a clip from Instagram and resharing it and making a fucking huge story about it.
Yeah, right? Like
there's so many times I see that, and it's like, and then you start looking into it, and it's like, this isn't true.
And I'm guilty for trigger sharing, like I'll see something and be like, oh, and I'll share it right away without looking into it. But I try to never ever do that, unless it's something I have looked into. I am guilty for doing it a few times, but then again, when you see me delete posts, it's because I'm like, oh, because also like everything that I post, I always want to be able to respond quickly with the knowledge I have about it, and so. Because people, give me shit for all kinds of things all the time. And so I always want to be prepared. And it's those people that like follow me to like discredit me. Like, so that's like, I have to do my due diligence to make sure I'm not spreading misinformation. And so, yeah, when I see something absolutely insane, I'll like look it up a little. Well, a lot. I'll look up like what the left says and what the right says, and then I'll kind of like use my own discernment to figure out what I believe is true, and then that's what I'll share. Whereas some people, it's like, you see something, and I'm guilty for it, I've done it for sure, but like you see something that you're like, oh, this totally fits what I've been trying to tell people, and then you share it without really looking into it, and then as soon as somebody who's following you to discredit you gets a hold of your misinformation that you've shared, they discredit everything you've ever said. And so, I mean, if you really want to keep up your reputation of sharing things that are true and factual and helpful to people, then I feel like you really got to like do your due diligence before you share something that's shocking or crazy or...
what would be like super interesting is if you took out social media, if you took out mainstream media or like news outlets, take out the government, give a story, give the data, to every person and let them figure it out for themselves. It'd be freaking interesting to see what would happen.
Well, and that's what the news used to be. The news used to just be, these are the facts of tonight. And then now it's like everything is an opinion piece, which is just not healthy for everyone as a society, right? And that really, really ramped up in the Trump era. Like before the Trump era, yeah, mainstream media is Operation Mockingbird and they're full of shit and they're always trying to lead us in a certain direction. But for the most part, they just like would come on and be like, you know, in Afghanistan, 12 people died and 4 were wounded, 3 people are being sent home and blah, blah, blah. But now it's in
like
Afghanistan.
Movie set.
Yeah, in Afghanistan, 4 people died because of Biden and 4 people were injured because Trump didn't do. And it's like, no, we don't need all that extra garbage. We just want to know the facts, and then we can decide when and why and how, and you know what I mean. Like,
and like this whole thing, like with like the Afghanistan thing, like honestly, like it's a huge distraction to what's happening in the world. Like, you know, more and more stuff is coming out where it's like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. And like things that they're posting on the news outlets, too. But like, regardless, like it probably was a mistake. Like, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah.
When you released like the creator, inventor, whatever, starter-upper dude of the Taliban, when you released him from prison 5 years ago, along with how many of his Taliban friends? Was it 5,000?
I don't know. I didn't read that.
But regardless, like you can see, like there's like there was a plan there. Like why would you release somebody like that?
Yeah, what was the motivation for their release? So that they could get everything together and take over now? Like that's kind of what it feels like. Like,
yeah. So, like, I don't know, with that whole thing, like, okay, yeah, it's devastating, like, what's happening. So, what are you doing about it now, Mr. President?
Yeah.
Like...
Yeah, like, it's... I don't know.
And, like, the lack of, like... Even when you watch him being interviewed, like, the lack of compassion that man has is disgusting. Like,
he gets mad when people ask him hard questions.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do about the Taliban? Well, that was 4 or 5 days ago.
Yeah, that was so funny. Like, yeah, so we saw people falling from the plane and to their death.
Say that to their fucking families that it was already 4 to 5 days ago. That's fucking old news. Like, are you kidding me?
I couldn't believe you fucking said that. Like, when you said that to me, I was like, no. Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like, what the hell?
And so now there's all this, I don't know what information to believe about this whole Afghanistan thing, right? And yes, it is all distraction because like, so half people are saying, oh my God, like, can't believe US did this to Afghanistan. Whereas the other half of people are saying they did this to Afghanistan on purpose so that they could send all their refugees here so that they would vote in our election. Because guess what? Now people are sharing the fact that we're getting over, I think, 807 Afghan refugees, including special forces people. We're getting them into Canada under some kind of special thing. And
evacuation.
Evacuation
thing. Special something.
And then you have people on the left going, yeah, like, let's get the refugees in. Woohoo! More votes for Trudeau. And then you have people on the right going the worst way possible, in my opinion, because this creates xenophobia and paranoia, and like it causes people to hate immigrants. But so I saw these people sharing all these memes about how European countries have banned Afghan refugees for years because they are known for gang raping women. So it's like, so on one side, you have people celebrating that they're coming, and on the other side, people are saying they're going to rape everybody. And it's like, we need to meet in the middle. But how do we find the middle when, you know, like, when nobody's telling us the truth about what's really going on and why? Like,
it's just like one of those like things too. And this is just like, like, why are we interfering with other countries if nothing ever changes in the end anyways?
Yeah. And why
are we wasting all of our resources? And we know about the drug thing.
Yeah. The opium fields in Afghanistan, like,
yeah.
Hello.
And, you know, the increase in opioids, like the crisis that they had in the United States following, like, I mean, it's...
Mm-hmm. The data speaks for itself.
Call it what you want, but the numbers don't lie. And when people are deployed there, and then all of a sudden we have a crisis in America, what do you think was happening?
Where are we getting all those opioids for the crisis? Oh, in Afghanistan, where we started a war. So...
But, I mean, if you want to stick your head in the sand and believe that the almighty government is in your best interest, so be it.
Yeah.
I'm not here to change your mind anymore.
You're in for a rude awakening.
I'll point you in the right direction if you want to learn about it, but, I mean, the government has a history of being extremely unjust to the people, and...
Well, yeah, so they're gonna, you know... this makes me so mad. So they're gonna accept all these refugees from this other country. Meanwhile, indigenous people in certain areas still don't have clean drinking water. Like, hello, take care of us first. Like,
yeah, or at what point are they gonna try and, like, you know, how they tried getting the Indian out of Indians, so are they gonna try and get the Afghan out of the Afghanistan people?
Actually,
Afghani people?
That's a good point. So something about the Afghanistan refugees that I very much am like, what are you doing? Is like they flee their country because the country is like the one Afghan culture. They follow maybe Sharia law in certain places, which Sharia law is like a really scary like thing. And so you flee Afghanistan and then you come to Canada and follow all the same cultures and bring Sharia law here? Like, no, this is a free country where people can act freely and women can go out in public with their faces showing and stuff like that. Like, why would you bring the terror from your country to your new home? I don't understand that. And then they complain when, like, you know... I don't know. I guess you really notice that the people who kind of like assimilate a little bit and like really take part in Canadian freedom seem to be the most happy people. So, I don't know. I know that this is like a touchy subject, but truly, I don't know. I don't know what the answer is.
I don't know. Like, it's just... Like, they have their own laws and they have their own religions. And like I just said, like, how many times are we going to go and invade a country to try and, like, help people, but then nothing ever changes in the end anyways. Like...
Well, it's because it's false help. Like, the United States didn't go into Afghanistan to help them. They went in there to...
We know that, but they used the whole, like, we got to help the women, but...
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. So then the U.S., so Afghan crisis, Taliban is taken over. The CNN sends a female journalist to Afghanistan, and she almost gets killed, and they tell her, step aside, woman. You cannot come in here. Like, y'all, realize. Like, yeah. And the Afghan judges, the Taliban judges are like, yo, we're going to be hanging gays again.
Yeah.
We did it, Joe. Like, yo, everything that you fight for, you know, it's just, it
like, I
scrambles
don't even know,
brain.
like, but like, I don't know. It's their...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you have, so then this is a really funny story. I don't remember if we said this the other day, but maybe I did, but so there's two sides of the street in Parliament in Ontario. On one side, there's a man from Afghanistan who is protesting for freedom. He doesn't want to wear a mask anymore. He doesn't want to get the vax. He wants freedom. And then across the street are the liberals protesting saying, if you don't want to wear a mask, go back to Afghanistan. Like, they just eat each other alive because they're all fucked. So.
Yeah. It just makes me want to get off the grid and just pay no mind to anything but my own little world.
I know. All right, so we're gonna, Thanks. Bye. Bye. Don't be misinformed and don't spread misinformation.